What is good, Hellraisers? Hope everybody's doing well. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about LMGs. Now, we've been seeing in the past few days top weapons, top loadouts here and there, but today's topic are LMGs. I've been getting a lot of questions on what the best LMG is. Now, it really depends. Like every season, for some reason, they do end up releasing some sort of LMG that is always overpowered. I think the routine becomes bring out a gun, it's overpowered, people complain about it for 3 weeks, they nerf it, and then people rediscover another overpowered weapon, and so on and so forth. So as far as the LMGs, now for the last time it was the newest, well, the MG82. It wasn't really the newest, but the MG82 Black Ops 1, that was a powerhouse when it came out. It was destroying everything in its path until it got subjected to 2 nerfs, and right now it still remains the most powerful Black Ops LMG. But the aspect that really suffered the most is the recoil. Now its recoil is very bad. As far as the blueprints, the only blueprint they gave us for this is the high stakes, and here it's attached with a thermal scope, and I mean, thermal scope already makes the ADS super slow, but I mean the recoil in here is very bad. So I don't think it's a gun to be using anymore. I think with this nerf we go back to the 2 most powerful LMGs in the game, which are Modern Warfare guns. Now the Stoner is a Black Ops gun. It is quite reliable, but it's nothing compared to the Modern Warfare guns. Now the first place goes to a weapon that's been great since it was first launched. It's the PKM. I remember, I think my first ever BR one was with the PKM, and it suffered little tweaks and changes, and it still remains a beast house. It's a powerhouse even right now, a lot of seasons later, like 10 seasons later, it is still a powerhouse. Alright, if we go with the PKM, I'll show you guys exactly what attachments you want to go with. That way you can set up the most powerful PKM gun. Now of course it all starts with the muzzle. You need the monolithic suppressor. Of course it's the best suppressor when it comes to Modern Warfare guns. You know, not only does it give you sound suppression, but damage range, which is super great. You do lose a bit of aiming downside and aim walking steadiness, but it's not really a big issue compared to the benefits. Of course, suppression is super important, especially if you're playing Warzone, and that's the topic of today. The second one, you want to go with the barrel. Now this is of course an LMG, so you need it to be medium, at least medium to long range, preferably more long range than medium, so you do need to go with the 26.9 extended barrel. This gives you damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control. Again, you lose a little bit more of mobility, but this is not really a weapon that you're going to attack with. You could set it up to attack with, but this is really just like a power block if anybody's trying to rush you, for you to stop them directly and make them think twice about continuing their maneuver. Then of course we got 2 attachments that reduce the mobility, but we don't want it to reduce too much, so we are gonna go with the no stock. As you can see, this does counter a bit of the 2 attachments we put in the start, but it does increase the mobility quite a lot. So the movement speed and the aim downside that suffered last time now are our main point, and here it is. See, now it becomes a bit of a weapon you can rely on, even maneuver with. Now as far as attachments, it really depends on what your game mode is. I title of the video as Warzone, but it's not precise if you want to play in Rebirth Island or Verdansk. I'm assuming the majority of you are playing in Verdansk, so what you want to do is you want to go with the thermal hybrid. Now thermal hybrid, because a lot of people are camping in bushes, it does help a lot to kind of pinpoint them. Even though, just know that this is gonna reduce the ADS. The ADS for the thermal hybrid is quite slow, so we're hoping that the no stock does counter that. Again, this is a loadout that I usually play with, and you get massive kills. I mean, if someone is caught in your crossfire, there's no way they're getting out of there, not even with a partial cover. And last but not least is we're gonna go with a I think it's an underbarrel. Yeah, we're gonna go with an underbarrel. The snatch grip. This one is gonna counteract the no stock option, and is gonna give us more recoil control and aimed out sight speed. Of course it's the optic that reduces the ADS speed, but now the underbarrel is gonna increase it. So we sort of are gonna reach at a at the same point as if we didn't have all that damage from the thermal hybrid. So this is pretty much the configuration you want. Of course, then you can put whatever color you want. I'm gonna go with Damascus since I really like Damascus. I think even the golden is pretty nice on this weapon. But yeah, this is a power block gun. Like this is what you should be going with. Now the second contender, if you're not a big fan of the PKM or you want to try something else because you've been playing with the PKM for a while, the next most solid gun is the M91. Now the M91 is also a gun that's been here for a while now, but it's strong. Like as you can see, I don't have that many kills with it because for me the PKM just beats everything. I like the sound of it too, but it does remain very, very strong. Some people like this because the iron sight of the M91 is more reliable than the PKM. PKM has some moving parts, so it does affect a bit with your vision. But other than that, let's look at the best attachments for this gun. Now what you want for this gun is you're going to be using, first and foremost, this gun is more of a, it's more of a defender gun, so when people attack you, you want to defend yourself. We're going to go with the first thing with a laser. We're going to want to go with the 1MW laser. Is it the one? No, sorry, we're going to go with attack. Now even though the 5MW laser is the best laser for Modern Warfare guns, for this one, I feel like you perform better with attack laser. It increases the aim down sight speeds, it can be a bit slow, the aiming stability, and the aim walk steadiness. As far as the barrels, we're going to go with the barrel, of course, because you need to make sure you have that long range. We are going to go with the best barrel for this gun, as you can see from the description, is the M91 Heavy. It increases the damage range, the bullet velocity, and the recoil control. Again, this one has more recoil than the PKM, but it's very powerful. So especially look at the bullets, it's a bit slower, but it's very powerful. We are going to go with the optics. Now the optics, this is a what do you call it? Modern Warfare gun. We're gonna go with a VLK 3x optic. Again, as you can see, this is an optic that's a bit lower than the previous one for the PKM. The PKM is really a long range, it's stable. This one is mostly used as a medium range, especially with that attack laser. So this is mostly if people are attacking you, you need to defend the house, or even if you want to attack but keep your distances, let a few of your teammates attack first, and you can give them cover. As far as the rear grip, we're going to go with the stipple grip tape since I like to go with the sprint to fire speed. That's going to give us a bit more mobility so that we can have time to shoot people, because otherwise with the LMGs being so heavy, you could feel so slow, and by the time you hit people, they're going to be at least taking a lot of damage from you. So at least this is going to counteract that a bit. Last but not least, we're going to go with an underbarrel. Now a lot of people like to go with the Ranger foregrip, some like to go with the Merc foregrip, but for me I prefer to go with the Commando foregrip for some reason. I think it's with a bunch of guns. Some guns they perform better with the Merc, some going with Commando, but this one I found that after I messed about with a few of them, I felt like the Commando foregrip is the best foregrip for this one. So in total we increase the accuracy, we increase a bit the damage, the range, the mobility suffered a tiny bit, but we gained that in control. As far as the camos go, golden is beautiful again on this gun. I'm a bit less of a fan of platinum. A lot of people like the Damascus. I only like the Damascus when the whole gun is Damascus. Here, as you can see, the ammo bullet pouch or whatever it is not Damascus, so it really throws me off a bit. But golden is honestly, it's pretty nice. It's a very nice gun. Very nice, very powerful. Again, give these both a try. Some people like the feeling of one and don't like the feeling of the other, but nonetheless, they're both very, very strong weapons, and they're both gonna get the job done. They will both get the job done. Some people ask me about the. Just remember, yeah. Some people ask me a lot about the MG. Because they do see a lot of YouTubers using it. Where is the MG? This one, the MG34. Now the MG34, they do see a lot of YouTubers use it. I'm not a big fan of it for some reason. I feel like the barrel, not the barrel, the ammunition holder, I don't know, it reminds me of like a cup of yogurt or some shit. But just the fact that it's there, it does throw me off when I'm aiming at enemies. I mean, it is a powerful weapon, but for me, it's way more powerful in multiplayer than in Warzone. But yeah, I decided to check out the best attachments for it, try them all out, and see what the best is, just in case somebody might want to try it out. But I personally do not recommend this weapon. I mean, if you don't go with the PKM first and foremost, you should go with the second one. But I don't see why you would go with unless you're trying to level up, of course. But I don't see why you would sacrifice a great S tier LMG for an A or B tier LMG. But anyways, everybody has a preference. As far as the attachments for this gun, sorry, I'm gonna go with, see, the monolithic suppressor is what I would go with, but for some reason this gun, I mean, I tested it out both in Warzone and multiplayer. This gun, it performs way better when it's not silenced. I mean, some guns are way better when they're silenced, but this one, I don't know, man, it's so very, very, what do you call it? Very, very weak when it's silenced. When I check other YouTube players, they do not silence this gun. So I'm pretty sure there's something to it. Maybe there's a problem right now with the silencers, but as far as I know, the muzzle brake was the best attachments. Okay, here it says that it adds recoil stabilization, but it did for me increase the strength of the weapon. We're gonna go with a let's look at the barrels. Are we gonna go with a barrel? Yes, we're gonna go with the FSS Brute, which increases again the bullet velocity and the damage range. This weapon is definitely something I use at long range. I didn't really try to use it at close range to see how it would perform. As I mentioned earlier, man, the ammunition on the left side there, it kind of throw me off. We're gonna add a stock to it. We're gonna go with the Forge Tac Stalker, which increases the aiming stability. That gives us more of a range and control. Of course, right now we're losing on the mobility side. Now underbarrel. As I mentioned earlier, some of the weapons are great in commando, others in merc. This one, for some reason, I found neither the merc nor the commando were the best, but rather the ranger foregrip. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because of the recoil control. This gun does need a lot of recoil control, but yeah, I mean, even the stats are pretty good. It increases the accuracy, increases the range, increases the control. We do lose again some mobility, but again, I think with this gun, it's more about precision than any other thing. And last but not least is the rear grip. Now, contrary to all the other guns, I think that's pretty much also why I don't really like this one so much. The stable grip, they did not perform that well for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's me, maybe it's my lag, but I found that neither the granulated, the best one for this one was the rubberized. Now, I rarely use the rubberized. I use it at the beginning when I first played the game, but I'm assuming everything that has to do with the recoil control is great for this LMG. Again, this configuration, you can use it in Warzone, but if you use this in multiplayer, no one is stopping you. I mean, this is a very, very solid, accurate LMG. It is slow, but it's accurate. And that's pretty much it. So the first two are what I recommend, especially of course the PKM. This one, the MG34, is really if you wanna test it out, the guns, and see what other YouTubers are doing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any other questions regarding LMGs in general, or other LMGs with their attachments, their best attachments, please let me know in the comment section below. I will get you guys back as quick as possible. Yeah, enjoy the gaming, and until next time, take it easy and have fun.